What's up guys, LeonGids here, and it's been a while since we've done a settings video. You know, I think it was last year, mid 2022, and 2024 is just around the corner now, so I thought what better time than now for me to tell you guys the best settings that you guys should be using to optimize your game, your overall performance as well for your PC, and general things that I like to use as well, just to see if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. So we're going to move right into this. Let's start off at the top from left to right. I'm going to start in general. Display metric, I normally have that on just so you can just generally see when you're playing. Cycle inside of camera groups on, so you have to manually switch between like bulletproof cam, default cam, so it's a bit easier for you to navigate through and not get lost trying to find what cam you want to be on. Diffuser pick up on both, just because sometimes you won't be able to reach the diffuser by walking over it, so you have to have the pick up on as well. Drone after prep phase manual. For play, I've got to be on those cams as soon as the round starts on my team, so we don't lose any information, and they can get straight into the building and they're safe and they're sound to do so. HUD, I have a few things changed on here now since the last one, so I'm just going to run through it. I don't even know if the new HUD menu was out last time I did it actually, so let's run into that straight away. Compass on, obviously I've simplified because I don't need all the big compass take up all my screen. I know all the call outs, what I'm doing and stuff. Let's just go through the things that I've turned off. Let's scroll through and find some. This will be a good one to talk about. So action reminders, I have icons only just because I don't need the text. It's fine just having icons, just to know that I can do something or if I can't do something. And I have it on the lowest opacity as well, just because I don't, again, need it to fill up my screen. I just want to be able to see, just so I can see if I can do something without it taking up my screen too much or being too intrusive. Let's go down a bit more. Outlines I like to have off just because I think they're a bit obstructive when you're sometimes, like when you're trying to execute on a bomb site and you try to see someone but it's an outline of your teammate there, so it's really hard to see them. Username off as well, just because again, it takes up a lot of the screen inside of the game, and I don't need to know who's playing what operator. Generally, I already know who's playing what, so it's not too big of an issue. I have turned round number off recently. I don't know why. I just wanted to try it, and it's kind of just stuck. Like, I already know what round we're on, and I don't need it to pop up, say, match point and stuff. Maybe it's just like a mental thing, so I don't know, like inside of these official games, that I only have one round to win, and it's not so much of a thing I have to think about, you know? Not quite sure why I did that, but I have that off. Bans off, just because so many people get banned, I can't be asked seeing that on my screen. It doesn't matter to me. Versus update off, because it's off in official matches and stuff, so it's best to learn and visualize what you can see with your peripheral vision at the top, seeing who's alive and stuff. It's a general training type of thing. And operator guides off as well, just because it takes up the screen when you're takes up the screen when you press escape, you know. It's a waste of space for me. So moving on, obviously, to audio settings. Obviously I've got this bit at the top, whatever you want it to be. Let's just go down here. Master volume's on 31. That's been upped a bit recently because I am now using my Go XLR as my sound card to get all my audio passed through on now. It's been pretty good so far. I've not really noticed too much of a difference, but yeah, so I normally have my game on my system volume lower now, but my siege is a bit higher. Dialogue volume's on 100, just because there used to be some audio issues back in the day relating to like footprints and stuff, or steps. So I have it on 100 just in case there's ever a bug again, and I don't have to worry about it. I know it's on. It doesn't really change much anyway, you know. It doesn't really affect me. Dynamic range, I know a lot of people like to use night mode, but hi-fi by far the best. It gives you louder sounds of everything going on in the game, gives you better depth of perception of how far something is or being shot from, and night mode's been notorious for actually being a bit bugged, so I've always just stuck with hi-fi. It's always been good to me. Yeah, sure, the game's a bit louder or whatever, just turn your game down a bit then, you know, it's not that deep. So yeah, everything else doesn't really matter on here. We're going to move into the more juicy stuff now. I'm going to go start with display settings. Obviously got my graphics card, and then I have three monitors. Monitor one is Elgato capture card, so I can stream to my second PC, so it just like mirrors my screen. 1080p, I use borderless as well, just because there's a lot of issues right now, alt tabbing and stuff, and you get a lot of FPS drops, micro stutters, stuff like that. So using borderless allows me to still play 360 Hz, so I can just seamlessly go between monitors and stuff and not have so much of issues from micro stutters and frame drops and stuff. Aspect ratio, I use 3:2, pretty standard for me now. I've been using it for bloody ages. Normally I was always on 69 or 3:2, but I'm pretty firm on the 3:2 at the moment. Nothing else really changes there. Field of view always on 90, just so I can see everything. HUD display area on 90, just so it's not on the top of my screen. It's a bit smaller overall, so I can just see a bit more. Menu display area doesn't really matter. 91. Moving on now to graphics. NVIDIA Reflex low latency on plus boost gives you the best, lowest latency, and I don't know, I've never had an issue with it. I don't know what the boost actually does. Texture quality on medium, just because if you have it on low, it's a bit low. like it's a bit too low for me, and a medium gives you a good clarity on the skins as well. When you're using low, the skins are obviously quite low texture as well, and I like my skin, so I put it on medium so it looks like a bit more detailed. It's better for content, better for videos and stuff. Moving on, the next few things don't really affect FPS too much, so you should always just have it on max. So texture filtering on 16x, just so you get, you know, the best image quality when like holding pixels and stuff. Always seems to be good for me. LOD on ultra, just because you always want that high level of detail moving around the map. Obviously, if you're ADSing somewhere, you want to be able to see the difference between, okay, there's someone here, there's someone not here, stuff like that. And again, barely affects FPS, if at all. I don't even think it affects, yeah, it doesn't even change your graphics card at the bottom. Shading on medium and shadows on medium, because if you have it on low, they're off. And you should always just have it on medium. Not quite sure if shading really matters, to be fair, but definitely for shadows, you always want it on at least medium, because low is off, medium and above is on. So just have it on the lowest on option, which is medium. Reflection quality medium, I believe, again, doesn't really affect too much, so you could just have it on low. I've just got a consistent medium here. VFX low, just because, like it says here, it affects like particles and stuff. So if you have it on low, less particles will probably spawn or show, so it gives you the best, you know, clarity when you're trying to see like around the map. Ambient occlusion off, lens effect off, zoom in depth of field off, DOSS off, everything else off, because none of this matters. Ambient occlusion will make your game just look a bit, it could, I mean, you can have ambient occlusion on, you know, if you want to make videos and stuff, but for a competitive standpoint, off. Lens effect off is off, so when you're looking outside the map, whatever, it doesn't blind your eyes. DLSS off, because we don't need anything high, like we don't need any higher upscaling or downscaling, anything like that. We've got a good enough PC. Same with anti-aliasing, don't need that. We've got a good enough PC. Controls. Now, I don't have anything crazy, I don't believe. Raw input off, just because there's a lot of lag, not lag, there's a lot of bugs with it at the moment. So for example, when you spawn in the map and your drone, you can't move your drone, that's often due to raw input, so just have that off. Mouse, same as before, probably 7.7 800 DPI. Here are my ADS settings if you want to write them down. They're also in the description below if you're interested. I'm pretty sure, so if you want them, they're there as well. Mouse scroll enabled, just no, why not? Gadget deployment always advanced, so you have a better, so it's easier to like bandit trick, place a thermite charge, stuff like that. Pardon me. Drone deployment on advanced, so you can, like, as a pro player or as a support player as well, you want to be able to throw a drone and then also stay on the move if you need to, because if you throw that drone immediately on the drone, you could be in a bad spot or someone could jump out on you and you don't want to be in that situation. So sometimes you need to be able to throw that drone, get into a better spot, then drone, stuff like that. Aim is on hold, lean is on toggle, sprint is on hold, crouch prone toggle, on hold. Again, all just preferences really. You can change whatever. I know a lot of people like to use a lean on hold and crouch on hold, stuff like that. Up to you really, how you feel is best for you in the game. Moving on to controls, nothing too crazy. I've just changed a few things really. I've moved the chat and stuff along. Push to talk is on F because I don't use F. I use G for all my things. I used to fat finger a lot of things, so I just changed it to G, and then I have my like nade throwing on mouse button 4, primary on the mouse button 5. Other than that, there's not really too much different, other than I use T to go on and off of cams, and I use free to throw my drone. Yeah, deploy drone free, just because it's closer to my fingers then, other than it being on like 5 or 6. I don't know what the default is. But yeah, privacy, really matters here. It's just all, you know, streamer stuff. Accessibility, last one. At the moment I'm using green. I used to use turquoise, but I'm just changing it up a bit. I want to try new stuff, you know, trying to make my game a bit different. Maybe I'll use something different. Maybe I'll use white for a bit actually. Optic opacity 75. I used to have it on 60. I don't know why it's on 75. We'll put it on, leave it at 75 because it's there already. Screen shake intensity, obviously you want it off. You know, if fuse charges go off, grenades go off, anything like that, your screen just starts shaking uncontrollably. Get that gone. You don't need that. You know, have it on off so you can win all your gunfights all the time. Colors, again, this is kind of preference. You can have it whatever you want. I prefer blue-orange because it was the standard back in the day in Siege. Chat assistance and hints off. Transparent opacity, chat scale 90 because I don't need it in my face, you know, so yeah, I don't need to see everyone over in the chat. So yeah guys, that was it for the settings video. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like and comment. Tell me what you guys use as well in the comments below. If there's anything else I should try as well, because I like to change it up sometimes, just try some new stuff. And also, as you can see here, we have we have 314 alpha packs, and I have 540k renown, so we can buy about 150 alpha packs right now. As soon as we're able to get to 500, I will be dropping a video alpha pack opening video, 500 alpha packs. If you want to see that, leave a like as well. It lets me know if you guys want to see that stuff. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions as well, leave them in the comments, and I will hopefully be able to get back to you guys. Best of luck in your ranked games, and I will see you in the next one.